All right, folks, listen. I know you like this thumbnail that you just saw, so check it out. We doing grilled lobster tail, right? But check it out. It's gonna be really all into the butter sauce, and I'm gonna show you the technique on how to turn these into something special. Let's get it. All right, so let me just show you these lobster tails. You know, they're not the largest, but listen, this is a nice size. You know what I mean? Then we're gonna split these down the middle. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That way we'll have 10 of them, right? So we got the lobster tails, and then if you look right here, you know, we got some ingredients right here. And don't forget, the full ingredient list is on my website, smokingandgrillingwithab.com, and that's WITAB.com. All right, so we got that going. So while those are lighting, let's come on over here and let's go ahead and prep everything, right? This is gonna be like super simple. We're gonna get this butter together, because I'm gonna put butter in there, and actually, I'm gonna put this on the grill just to like melt it a little bit, you know, just get it next to it. Meanwhile, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna start working with these lobster tails. I'm gonna show you how to cut them down, you know, trim them and all of that. So let's go. Okay, you guys, what I'm doing now is just cutting down, you know, dicing, getting a good size, right? My dicing skills aren't the best, you know what I mean? You guys can do it the best way you can. Usually I just run it over this way. That's enough, you know, for my butter. You guys gotta remember, I love onion, right? So you guys let me know down in the comment section below. Is onion your thing? I know a lot of y'all are gonna say no, especially my fam. Okay, so now we got our onions done, you know what I mean? We gonna press our, you know, and mince our garlic. So I'll do that once I get over there, right? So now let's talk about these lobster tails. You see these right here? I got myself my kitchen shears. You cut these off. You don't have to, you know what I mean? That's really up to you, but for me, I like to just cut these, right? All right, so you see, that's how I like for mine to look, right? Now, before I move over to the next step, let me clean this off. Let's go back over there to the grill. And what we're gonna do is we're just gonna go ahead and dump and get it cleaned up and get it ready, because it moves fast from here. If you guys come in here, let me tilt this so you guys can see. I don't know, maybe if I put it in there, you can see it's nice, red, hot. I can actually see the flame. You see how, look at this right here. See how they're starting to turn white on the edges? Those are lighting. So what I'm gonna do is just dump these in here. The hot white ones will be on top and those will ignite, right? So I'm gonna set this off, put this on the ground. Take that off. Now we come with our coals. Just like that. This is real simple, folks. You do it this way, it'll be much, you know, be enjoyable for you. You know what I mean? What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep this grate over the top, right? You see how it's flaming up? I'm not gonna close this. I just wanted to get it nice and hot, right? Screw this over here like that. And then I'm gonna just clean that. Now we finna go back there. By the time I get those cut, I'm gonna clean this little grill. You know what I mean? And we finna rock and roll, folks. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. I'll flare that out like that. And this is how we're gonna do this. I'm going to stick the point down the center like this. Work my way down and just cut it, right? This will be the easiest way, folks. Make sure you got a nice sharp knife. Then when it's split, this is what you should come up with. You see this right here? It's the flesh that we want to have. Look at that right there, folks. Now, I'm gonna take these, put these back on the ice, and I'm gonna continue. You guys can do it any kind of way you want to. You know what I mean? You can put it here and do it. Just bring it, be careful. The reason I say you want to have a sharp knife so it doesn't slip. Again, and if it needs any cleaning, right? Anything that needs to come off, then you can re-wash, re-rinse, you know, just like that. So let me go ahead and finish this up. And then we're finna take that over there and get it on the grill. Okay, so I cleaned that already, brushed it. You can see my coals is nice and hot. What I'm doing now is I'm adding myself some olive oil, right? Some cooking oil. That's what you want to add on here. You know, this right here stops everything from sticking. And then notice where I have it at, I don't have it over the fire right as of yet, right? But this is gonna be my surface, you know, where I put the tails at. So the flesh side down. So we'll just leave this like that. All right, so this is what we're getting ready to do, folks. I'm going to put this here because I'm gonna start letting my cast iron start to heat up, right? Along with my butter. So we're gonna have to be able to baste, right? So we just gonna do it like this. If you wanna expedite it, you can always just put it over the fire, right? Just like that. So let me go ahead and make some room here. All right. So this eventually will melt. Once that's melt, we're gonna start, sauteing our onions. You know what I mean? Add a little garlic to it, and then from there, folks, right about there is when I put the actual lobster tails on the grill. Okay, so you can see my skillet. Look at that right there. Right? So nice, it's ready. Right, so now I'm gonna bring my onions. Let's go ahead and get a little bit of an infusion here. Okay, so I just minced my garlic. Forgive me for not showing that part, but you guys got it. Just add your garlic inside of here, right? And because we got so much butter, we don't have to really worry about nothing, not our garlic burning. Look at that. You guys can probably see it in there, right? So we'll leave it like that. I'm gonna let this go for about 1 minute. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and add our seasoning, right? So I'm coming with my onion powder. We're gonna do our Creole kick. And then our crushed red chili flakes, right? So be careful how much this you put in there, because this right here gonna level it up, make it nice and spicy. You know what I mean? Nice, put a nice little heat value. But that, along with the Creole kick, and you got something magical, folks. Now, next thing we're gonna do is put this brown sugar in there, and that's it. I'm gonna go ahead and give it a stir now. All right, so now we got all of our ingredients in there, minus our chicken stock. We'll go ahead and add that, right? So we'll add this now. You see, I like to have it boiling, because we're gonna cook some of that down a little bit. We only need a little bit. Now, when I have it like that, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna slide this over here. I'm gonna make an adjustment, right? Because we're gonna keep this like this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn my grates, because this was the part that we put our, olive oil on, right? So let's go ahead, turn it. Right? Now we bring this over here. We just want to get a little bit of heat. And as that cooks, it will eventually cook its way down. Now you make this as thick as you would like it, or if you like it like this is fine. I'm gonna leave mine like this because I'm gonna go ahead and use this to baste, right? This is where we're gonna get our flavor from, right? So next thing I'm getting ready to do is I'm gonna cut a couple of these lemons, right? We're gonna juice one of them. All right, use my hand, catch any seeds. Right, give it a stir. And we let this just, ooh, it smells so good. We let this work. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start with my flesh side down. I'm gonna go ahead and do one just to see where we at. Now, when you put these down, you don't want them to be on there long. You know what I mean? Think of this like shrimp. Lobster's expensive too, so we don't want to dry it out and cook it like that. We're gonna go ahead and flip them on the other side, but right now, we're gonna go ahead and put them on there. We're not gonna bother, and we're gonna let it go for about 2 minutes. All right, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just flip it over. We take a look on this side. That's what you wanna have. And then you can take it and you wanna put a little bit of this in the inside, some of your butter, right? So, look at that right there. So we just go about 1 minute on that side. You know what I mean? Then I'm gonna test it. If I like the way it tastes, you know, like the consistency of it, then now I got it. It really goes by how hot your coals are, how many coals you put in there. So that's key, right? So look at that right there. Yes, sir. Okay, so after a couple of minutes on each side, right, I'm gonna pick this up and show you guys before I even look at it. You see how you can see the orange and all of that right there? Yes, sir. Now I'm just gonna take this, put this on this plate right here, and just leave it there. We garnish it all and do everything else in just a minute. Now I'm getting ready to go ahead and put the rest of these on here, right? So take them, we put them down, flesh side down, folks. Okay, so look, while you got it down, I like to put a little butter on this flesh that's exposed, right? So we put it there and here, right? And then I like to put it on the shell also. See how it flares up? Where the movie camera's at, where the show at, right? So we just leave it like that. All right, so now, as you can see, I'm flipping them. You know what I mean? I'm really like into what I'm doing. Now, look at the flesh. You can still see it's juicy, right? So what we want to do is, we just want to baste, right? We're gonna cook that outer shell, get that nice and hot, so we can get the bottom side, cooked, right? So, oh yeah. I love my job, folks. Okay, so this is it. It's really about the technique, right? Remember, I always put one on there just to test it until you get familiar with it, because cooking lobster, like grilling lobster can be a little bit tricky. If it's too hot, that determines how far, how quick you turn them over. Again, you don't want to go ahead and, what you don't want to do is dry them out, right? So, you see this right here? Nothing like having grilled lemons, folks. So this, we're going to go ahead and put it on there. I'm going to take these inside. You guys can see, look at those. I put some on the plate. I'm probably gonna put a little parsley on it, take a couple of more pictures, and then I'm gonna tell you about the texture and just look at, oh man, they're so soft. Man, be right back. All right, folks, look, this is the moment I've been waiting on to go ahead and tear into one of these. And then you guys can tell me once you taste and make this sauce, tell me what you think about it. You know what I mean? So we could talk about it, right? So now I'm just gonna go ahead and take it. If you guys come on in here, you know what I mean, just grab it and just pull it out. It'll just pull right out. See that right there? Look at that. All right, so let me go ahead and get myself a little butter knife. Take it, let's just go ahead and cut a little piece. I mean, it cut like butter. I said a butter knife, you know what I mean? But anyway, take this, go in there. As you can see how it goes in with the fork, nice, tender. Let's go ahead and get us a little bit. Wee, folks. You know how we do. We always say cheers. When you get it right, you get it right. All right, folks, look, I done gave you the game. Look, they grilled. We could have put a steak on outside, did all of that. Could have had surf and turf. But I show you the technique. It's about putting it down, face down. One thing I could have told you guys, this is like a pro tip. If you want to get more of the grill marks on there, you can always pat your flesh dry, because I keep it on ice, right? So it's kind of like wet, and then I put it on there. It kind of like helps it, keep it nice and moist and don't dry out so fast, right? So that's it. Just flip it once and then bring it back on the shell side, get it nice, red, hot, keep basting it, and as it bastes, you can see it boiling inside of the shell. When you see that, take it out, right? Now, talk to me about this sauce. This sauce right here, I mean, grilled shrimp, grilled lobster, grilled fish is all great, but you guys got right here, this is your new dip, buttery sauce for anything that you put on the grill as far as seafood go. And I ain't gonna lie to you though, I make this sometime and I put it on my steak too. So with that being said, talk to me down in the comment section below. And if you're new to my channel, let me take this time to say thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to like, smash that subscribe button, and tell everybody out there there's a channel out here that's simplifying these recipes and taking the mystery out of cooking. We got this, we got that, and we empty here, folks. I'm out. Peace.